Hello there, I'm Brenda Honeycutt with the Apostolic Church, and I'm very honored to be a member of the Some Other Place board and also be a member of the tasting committee. We'd like to invite you behind the scenes to what takes place each year before the tasting, while maintaining social distancing, of course. Pastor Jason Carr and the Apostolic Church family recognize the value in bringing the Beaumont church community together to meet the needs of the underserved through the amazing ministry of Some Other Place. When we did our first tasting, we did a mashed potato bar, and it was a big hit. And then the second year, we decided we wanted to do a yam bar, just a little different. And that was it. After that, the other congregations basically told us, you will have yams every year. We love your yams. So we do yams. Our church really gets involved in preparing for the tasting. First of all, we put a list out and they'll sign up for whatever they want to bring. It may be a dozen eggs, it may be a pound or two of butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, the yams, of course, and whatever is needed. And so that's the very first thing. So we don't actually have to purchase any supplies. They're all donated. And then our cook extraordinaire mixes those together, and they will measure everything out. Different ladies come and some men, and they measure out the ingredients, and that's a whole lot to try to have enough tasting samples for 2,000 people. It's a good time. There's a big group of ladies that you may never see at the tasting behind our booth, but they've worked all day pretty much in the kitchen the day before. And then the day of the tasting, all those casseroles that they prepare, those dishes, go into the oven and cook. And so we have then volunteers from the church who load up all those large styrofoam chests, and then they deliver them to the Civic Center in time for them to be ready for the actual tasting from 5 to 7. And while that's going on at the church, then our amazing designer, Clyde Savoy, has his helpers, and he's at the Civic Center arranging beautiful arrangements and designs for our booth. The last few years we have set up a gazebo and decorated a little different each year, but the decorations are just beautiful because Clyde Savoy is an amazing designer, and he'll take some yam cans or sweet potato vine or whatever he can find and just make a lot of sunflowers, makes beautiful arrangements. They're just stunning. And then we have a group who are very faithful to serve the potatoes that night, the yams that night. And they really don't even look up. Our line is always long, and they're constantly serving, and they'll change every now and then, but very rarely, because it's so fast and furious that everybody's all hands on deck are there, because you've got some replenishing the cups and the spoons and the butter and the walnuts and the cinnamon and sugar, and and the potatoes, and so it goes on and on. It's a process, a pretty well-tuned process by now after all these years. The first year when we were, our very first year to participate in a taste-in, our booth, our mashed potato bar, was actually a picture in the Austin newspaper that week. Someone from Austin had come and taken a picture of that, and lo and behold, we were given a copy of that our potato bar was featured in the Austin newspaper. I thought it was pretty neat.
My name is Jason Carr, pastor of the Apostolic Church in Beaumont. I want to say on behalf of myself and the entire church, we are tremendously thankful for Some Other Place. Everything that they do to be a tremendous blessing to our community. The leadership of this organization is bar none. It is encouraging to us to have a resource that we can use as a church to refer people to who are in need, to know that they will do their due diligence to make sure, number one, there's a legitimate need, and number two, make sure that need is properly attended to. And that is something that helps me as pastor be able to stand behind and support Some Other Place unreservedly. I'm tremendously thankful for Some Other Place and everything that they do for the community of Beaumont and its residents.